Okay. Hey, it popped up the file there too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wait,
Because I
I
never have that open, so who cares?
That's fair.
Alrighty, this is the start of a new episode.
Yeah, episode 2.
Shit, man, I can't believe we're here. It's been so long since we did the last recording.
2 weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, let's just say that. It's been so long. Other than that, though, we'll see how that first one pops out eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Hopefully, I swear to Christ, dude, it better.
We'll figure it out. Like even if it takes a little bit to get started.
Currently,
we'll figure it out.
I'm not going to say the date because if we're going to be putting this out at a different time,
yeah,
there's no reason to say that. But
early 2023.
Yeah, January. Yeah, it doesn't matter for that.
Magic the Gathering, the new set releases in like 2 weeks. I'm actually really excited because they actually revealed one of the cards.
Yeah,
it's Atraxa. So I have the original Atraxa Praetor's Voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Phyrexian angel. She has like flying, haste, death touch, first, or like tons of stuff, and then every turn she proliferates.
Yeah.
So you take a counter on anything that has a counter and you put another one on. The new one says, first off, she's stronger. She costs 3 more mana. You throw her in the field, and you search like the top 10 cards of your deck, take one of like every type, and just add it to your hand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's dumb.
But I know because a lot of the news that I don't know how often you go online to look at random bullshit news. Realistically. Because I'm on Reddit all the goddamn time.
I go on Reddit sometimes. I get my Google feeds.
We have a lot of the,
Charlie from Moist Critical. I watch his stuff. Hey, he's got some good stuff sometimes.
Because I know, for the context of recording, recently the new patch of Final Fantasy 14 came out, which we don't really give a shit about. We care,
really,
but 6.3 came out.
It did just come out, didn't it?
Because today
that's right.
It came out.
I had to update that. I forgot about that.
About a week and some days ago.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
But because we recently went back into
what they add, or is this like the big one?
It's the big one, so it's a lot of like end game stuff. That new Leap of Faith that we've yet to try out.
Yeah.
More hairstyles for the Vera and Hrothgar because
we
have to get enough of that. No, the Corgi minion released, but you have to beat the.
Yeah, I think Bear was saying that you had to be like level 80. It's a max level.
You have to do Shadowbringers and content even, which is irritating.
Well, I mean, like, we had to run the raids and stuff in Heaven's Word to get some of the minions.
I don't care. I want the Corgi, bro. That's so dumb. Oh, you can actually put you can glam your retainers directly from the menu now. Instead of having to take the armor off, glamming it, and then putting it on them.
That's actually pretty convenient. I will say Final Fantasy does really good about adding like convenience stuffs.
They also have like the auto add to their inventory. So if you already have items entrusted to the retainer, if you open that up, apparently there's probably a button or something where you can just click and it will take everything from your inventory. That's a duplicate and pop it back into theirs. So you don't have to individually click and click and do entrust to retainer.
All right, I get that. I don't think I would end up using that, but like I can see where a lot of people would.
It's like auto add to bank from some other games or like that, but
I don't do the retainer stuff. I actually should have done that. I was on this morning and I forgot to do the retainers. I should have sent them on their 18.
But only talking about that just because I know we recently started that up again, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, actually,
whenever we decide to actually,
I went back and was doing some of the side quests, and I'm unlocking the one of the tribal quests, the like little catfish people.
On what character? Your main ones?
Yeah, the one on the Balmo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say on the one on Halcarnassus. No way.
I went back and
be that far.
No. I went back and I was playing that this morning. I did like my dailies and stuff because I want to make sure that the Dark Knight is leveled up alongside whatever class I'm playing for that like expansion.
Yeah.
Right now I'm playing the Samurai for the Bloodborne expansion, but I want to have Dark Knight ready for
Stormblood, not Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, so that would actually be a good that would be a good one to cover on the podcast.
Yeah, call up Yoshi P and tell him to get on Sony's ass for putting in Bloodborne into Final Fantasy.
So I'm doing Samurai for the Stormblood expansion, and then I'm going to be doing Dark Knight, but I want to like keep leveling Dark Knight because I want to do that for Shadowbringer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's one of the things. Another little bit of news before because we got to. I'm keeping track of it at least, so we have like a few more minutes if we care enough to.
Yeah.
fucking Wizards of the Coast, OGL,
oh,
baby.
Yeah!
That's a huge thing to get into, but more recently...
I hate to say it,
I
I'm
know
actually kind of excited about it.
we would love to spend time on that so much.
Oh my god, I would actually, because I'm releasing my own game sometime this year, so like everyone's looking for. I know like everyone's going to be releasing their own games this year.
Yeah,
but like everyone's also looking for games. So like as much as I hate Wizards of the Coast and their OGL stuff, I also love that like this is a great opportunity.
yeah, because I took some screenshots of like stuff that like condenses it down.
Like realistically, I will be in the like mid to late playtesting phase when this podcast releases.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I am ready for. I've been working on this for 2 years. I'm ready.
But because they kept redoing all the drafts and that, so this one said, you would agree to the OGL 1.2. You can create content under that. It cannot be removed from the OGL WotC, Wizards of the Coast. They can they can decide if your content is harmful.
Yep.
And they can change it to however they want to make it sound like, oh, whatever for that
to protect their IP, which like on the one hand, that's fair. I get it, but on the other hand, like they can use it to shut down competitors.
And they can just revoke your license without you ever being able to ever contest it because it's WotC and Hasbro. They can always create similar content for that. And
you can't sue
it's
them
not
for making similar content
because it's not copying according to them. And they get money from whatever sick ass content you create.
One of the things I was looking up, I think it's D&D Shorts.
Yep.
I think he did a video on the new one, and it's like, oh well, it's better, but we still need to like this still isn't good because one, nothing in there says it's irrevocable. Actually, no, I think there was something in there that said it was irrevocable.
It says irrevocable, but also not irrevocable type thing, and so
they can change it anytime. They can decide when,
however,
they approve and disapprove.
They can make up terms or whatever to be like, this is harmful to people.
And frankly, if you sign that, you can't do anything to it.
Yep.
You cannot challenge it in pretty much any way.
Because this summed it up. It's like it's the same shitty practice that they tried with their first draft.
Yeah.
Just making it sound smarter for people who aren't paying attention.
It's a little bit less harsh about it. Like it's a little more subtle is what it is. It's literally the same thing but more subtle.
Yeah. Even then, like looking up today and stuff, it's just the same bullshit.
They're bad.
And they just keep doing it.
Like whenever I release mine, I'm gonna release the game system. I'm going to release one like supplement book, not a supplement to the game, but like a campaign book.
Yeah. And
then as soon as I release that campaign book, the like primary game system is going under the Orc license.
Oh yeah.
Which is Paizo's answer to that, and they're like they're the ones that came up with it.
Yep.
But like I think 4 other gaming companies or 5 right now have already like. They've gone underneath it, like the Apocalypse system. I think that they put underneath the Orc license. There was another the Fate system, maybe. I can't remember, but like a couple different systems have said, "Hey, we support the open gaming stuff, and we are going under this Orc license as well. It is irrevocable. You can make whatever the hell you want with it. That's why we made it to play, not to profit."
Supposedly, Critical Role finally responded actually to the OGL.
They did a basic one at one point.
3 shitty paragraphs that technically don't say anything at all.
It's a lot of...
Apparently they're going to be making their own OGL or something like that from what this says, but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's flowery.
It's flowery just talking bullshit.
Well, and I can't... On the one hand, I wish that they would be more...
They should, because they're going to lose money if they...
But on the other hand... Well, like, because this whole OGL thing... was basically specifically targeted at Critical Role. But the thing is, they can't actively, but they can't actively like fight against it because they have contracts with WotC and like Wizards and like Hasbro, all that jazz. And I will say the big thing is like, yes, Wizards of the Coast is behind this, but like it's really Hasbro more than Wizards of the Coast.
But I mean,
but like there is definitely back and forth on that. It's pretty scummy corporate shit.
Yeah, but with the amount of people that have stopped their D&D Beyond subscriptions, at least 40,000 now.
Oh my god!
Good.
That's what was D&D Beyond like $5 or $10, $5 or $15 or something like that.
Something like that. But now Hasbro is going to
times 40,000. They literally lost over half their subscriptions, I think.
Yep, and that's why now there's the rumor of them trying to have it be a $30 per month, multiple tiers of subscriptions.
Yeah, because, the best way to keep your customers is to charge more for the same service.
Yep. Homebrew banned at base tiers. Stripped down gameplay for AI DMs, apparently. Yep, 40,000 subs. D&D, hashtag D&D be gone.
Do people yeah, hashtag, I saw that, and that's like, gone. Oh, damn.
WotC has lost over 40,000 subscribers.
Yep. Oh my god,
so,
that was insane.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
I mean, like, my thing is, like, so, like, the thing that pisses me off about this most is, and it's the same when, like, EA does it, when Activision does it, like, all that stuff, is, like...
Well, they're upfront about it. And they don't...
Well, right, but no. My point is that the thing that pisses me off, like, most people get pissed off because, like, oh, you're taking this away from me. No, the thing that pisses me off about it is, like, they're doing this in the name of profit.
Yep.
But they're actively shooting their wallets. Like...
Hasbro...
They're taking their own money.
They just think they can somehow make more money off it. It's not going to happen.
Oh my! Well, they're trying to monopolize is the thing. Because like nowadays, you can only make money if you have a monopoly. Just look at Disney. Just look at Warhammer 40K, which by the way, like that actually went down for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
They were able to hide it due to like the timing of it, but like
bad. But other than that, one more small piece of good news is 343 no longer is working on Halo ever again. I hope.
Wait, really? Wait, what?
343 Industries is no longer working on Halo, baby.
But wait, that's they're literally the Halo department of Microsoft.
Removed from developing Halo games.
Really?
Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, because they're shit.
Well, like I'm not gonna deny that, but like they're literally the Halo department of Microsoft. Like what?
Well, I mean, Microsoft just had like over 10,000 layoffs too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, first, okay, so I've got 2 questions to go with that. 1, who is Microsoft putting on Halo now? And 2, what's 343 doing?
Listen, man,
because that's like all that they do. That's literally what they were made for.
I just take content from things and don't look further into it. I do headlines.
All right.
And listen,
I'm gonna have to look that one up later because that's actually really interesting. Damn, what are they doing now?
I know they had to close some of their 343. I think had to close some of their stuff.
Some of their like studios or something.
It's not looking great for 343 no longer develops, but will oversee outside development apparently.
Okay, so
they'll be taking a backseat to the development of the future of Halo games, so they're not actively developing it.
So they're managing it, not developing it. All right, that's
because of the mass layoffs. They hit 343 hard. A third of the workforce was laid off from that.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's all in French. That's what I need. I don't see anything about who is going to be...
Well, I mean, if they're doing it like that, they're basically just going to probably end up subcontracting other companies or something and just have 343 manage it. It's honestly, it's the same thing with Extra Steps, to be, like, perfectly honest.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too much. A company called Certain Affinity, if that's what that is. But that was just working on certain seasons.
It's going to be like a cost-saving measure or something.
Yeah, most likely.
The thing is... I'm not opposed to 343 doing it. I'm just opposed to I'm opposed to Microsoft making them do what they're doing.
Listen, it's 343 or however they wanted to do it. I mean, when they're not developing couch co-op or decent gameplay.
Well, that was Bungie doing that. Ever since 343 took over, they took out all the couch co-op.
It's just fucking stupid what they're doing to Halo. But
I would say Bungie's doing pretty good. Destiny isn't bad. I mean, I think that the seasons are a little bit short. To enjoy. Well, I can't say that.
I get the Plunder season when I was like back into it for a little bit. That was still when I joined. I think I don't know if it was like just starting.
Beyond Light was pretty okay.
That was like beyond like 90 days still in the season when I went back into Destiny.
And we came in a little later.
There, technically.
Did he join us?
Did he? He must have. He must have for a little bit. Yeah.
Because we did a few 3-man raids and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then we just weren't sure of like how to do a lot of the pirate crap.
Yeah.
But so that'll be the
Bungie does do good, decent stuff though. I think I heard somewhere a rumor that they were working on something else finally, not just Destiny. So
we'll see about that.
Because I know that they took a big hit whenever they had to sell Halo to Microsoft.
Yep.
And 343 took over that.
But enough about that.
Yeah. Sorry. Way off topic.
Because you keep rambling.
I'm sorry.
But no, that's just because who knows how long I have on this topic. All right. So we'll just jump right into that then. Unfortunately,
did we actually say that was the New Guy to Do podcast?
We don't have to. It's episode 2.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, all right, fine. Jeez, you never know. People might be joining in on this one. Whatever topic you picked might be the one.
You have to actively click on the podcast and then click the episode, so you would know what you're clicking on, unless you're just like closing your eyes and clicking on, oh, what's the...
You know what? Some people can hit random.
If
Maybe.
there's a random or shuffle
I don't
button...
know. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
That'd be really weird, but...
Just randomly go to a different... But you're listening to, like, true crime 1 minute, and then, like, a historical podcast
shuffle. Yeah, there's a shuffle button you click, and it's out of the millions of podcasts and millions of episodes. But...
So anyway, what's today's topic, Matt?
Oh, you're currently doing Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And I'm currently going to do a topic that many people should love and know.
Run away now, children.
What'd you say?
I said run away now, children.
Oh, thanks, yeah. It is Elder Scrolls lore.
Alright.
Because a lot of people play.
Yeah, they play, they just kind of run through it.
There's a lot of people's a lot of people's introductions at least were either to Morrowind back in the early aughts, and
or
then
Skyrim.
Skyrim
Like,
most likely is the giant.
Oblivion was definitely a big one, but like
once Skyrim released, and then we got the 17th edition of Skyrim being released.
That it's sad that might not be an exaggeration.
Well, no, because I remember the one tweet I sent you, or sent a picture that Skyrim has surpassed, I think, like what Final Fantasy releases.
What, seriously? Oh
yeah, it was a long time ago.
That was a while back, yeah.
But because
Jesus,
it's like over the 15 years, I think that the Skyrim's been out, they've released, I think, like 15 editions of it or whatever.
Pretty much, because they've got it for literally every console from 360 onward.
Yep.
PC, multiple PC releases. Then they have the special edition, the anniversary edition for each of those.
They did like special, legendary, anniversary, Switch, smart fridge.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
VR.
Yeah, actually, I started that.
You would need mods to make it really. There are mods like where make it like even way better. But
mods, you say what kind?
Yeah, what kind of mods? But for this, we're gonna start easy.
Okay, what do we got? Daedric Princess?
No. It's gonna be the before times.
So the Daedric Princes.
No. Daedric Princes are after the fact. They don't exist in this time period.
How old are we getting?
The Dawn era.
Oh.
When everything started.
Oh, we're getting really old then.
Yeah.
That's like, what is it? Like, not IO.
There is no time before. When I get to the end of this, time will have started.
So when we get to the end of this, we'll have like Sithis and what's the other guy? Oh, no.
You want me to go through it?
Yeah. Go ahead. That's exactly what we're here to answer.
So usually this is called the creation myth, because you can't really know everything how it actually happened. So it's religious teachings and passed down from generation to generation. Oh, most of the same of all creation, good and bad, light and dark.
There was nothing.
Yep.
And everything.
Literally nothing. Order and chaos. You know, all the teachings that we know in the real world. And it's easy enough to make something out of for any video game or lore
Listen, if it worked for ancient cavemen, it will work for us.
Yeah, right. Let me zoom in on some of this so I can actually read it. So it starts in the Dawn era. It's prehistory, creation of the universe, blah, blah, blah. From myth and religious teachings, like I exactly said. Culture
someone exploded in and...
Yep. Each culture has their own interpretation of it. Time didn't exist, like I said. So it starts with two beings. Arubis. Nope, that's not it. I'm already fucking up.
A Rubik's Cube?
A Rubik's Cube. I put this beforehand to like set the thing of... So the universe that you play in, the universe of itself, is Arubis.
Okay.
The realm... It's going to be tough.
This is Mundus, right?
Mundus is the realm.
Okay, gotcha.
Nirn is the planet you play on.
Within Mundus.
Tamriel is what we play.
Okay. So it goes. What was the first one?
Arubis is the universe.
Alright, so the Arubis is the universe.
Mundus
is like the plane that you're on, and then Nirn is the planet.
Nirn is the mortal plane, which is the planet.
Gotcha.
That all the divines and all that Oblivion.
So is Oblivion and stuff like, is that in
Oblivion
Mundus
is space,
or
Oblivion is actually space.
Oh,
if you're on the planet and you look into space, that's
lucky.
Oblivion.
Oh,
that's what I found out too. Yeah, it's
kind of
weird.
Okay, I did not know that.
It's kind of weird.
I thought there was like astral plane shit going on.
There are other planes.
It's just
there are other planes. I think I have some stuff here for that. But Nirn is the center of the Mundus. of the universe. So
Gotcha.
yeah, Nirn is the planet. There are a bunch of other planets because you have
Yeah,
the moons
yeah.
of Nirn or whatever.
I think there was one of the moons in Nirn, the dwarves, like, supposedly, like, one of the reasons they disappeared might have been that they went to one of the moons or something.
That and some of the
princes have to deal with the moons and whatnot.
the deities and all
Yeah.
that. So creation itself, yin and yang, chaos, order, good, bad, all the same,
etc., etc.
etc., etc. It's like super easy to understand that. Force of creation. So there were the two beings, Anu, Anu,
Okay.
and Padome.
Okay.
Anu is order.
I'm sorry, what was the second one?
Padome.
Padme.
Yeah, Padme from Star Wars.
Okay.
No, P-A-D.
Well, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
P-A-D-O-M-A-Y.
Are you sure they didn't misspell the other guys? It's Anakin?
Yeah, right. It's some of these get close. Oh, I fucked that up. That doesn't matter. So Anu was order. Padme was chaos.
All right.
Good, bad.
Yeah, no.
The
separation.
They constantly fight against each other, whatever. Anu was to exist in all things. Order, chaos, stasis, time. Not chaos. Stasis, order, light.
The quote-unquote good stuff.
Quote-unquote good. Padme, quote-unquote bad.
Okay.
But to balance out.
Yeah. There's balance in all things.
Balance in all things. Eventually, they, after a certain amount of undetermined time, because time didn't exist, they were able to birth souls out of themselves that were closer to deities that we know.
Gotcha.
Which these ones were, Anui El, Anui-El, Anui El, which was the soul of Anu.
Anuel.
Anuel, well, yeah, however.
Yeah.
Sithis.
Okay, I know
the
Sithis.
soul of Padme. Padome.
Padome.
Sure, yeah, that'll work.
That'll be it.
The constant fighting of the original souls.
Okay.
And when Padme created Arupus, the universe itself. I would say Big Bang, but
yeah, no, they creation myth. They built everything. Because I know Sithis is like a huge deal in the Elder Scrolls. Like, not just like he is greater than the gods. Because he is the personification of like death and shit. Yep. But I guess he's a bit more than that.
Because there's the original creators, Anu and Padme, then the souls of them.
So are they like avatars or something of them, basically?
Kind of. They're not actual beings.
Okay. They're their own thing.
They're their own thing for now.
Gotcha.
And then the birthed souls of Sithis and Anuel were, this is good, Auri-El. Ariel.
Yeah.
Ariel is the soul of Anuel, who is the soul of Anu. Not really good naming convention there.
Well, not only that, that's a weird that's a weird tier system in a creation myth.
So the birth soul of Sithis was Lorkhan. Is that name ring a bell?
I've heard of Lorkhan before.
Lorkhan.
I don't have a specific knowledge of it, but I've heard of it.
So one thing I forgot to write down is what those.
I do know Ariel though. That's the snow elf god, the greater deity that they worship.
Because I wrote down at least something for Anu and Padme.
Mm-hmm.
For Padme, it's
where have I know I've heard it in Elder Scrolls. Obviously, I think maybe I got on Elder Scrolls Online or something one time.
It would have to. Elder Scrolls Online probably brings in a lot more than just what Tamriel stuff.
But I feel like I heard, maybe it was in Oblivion. Maybe there was a sword for Lorkhan or something like that, or they mention it or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Please continue.
So, just getting out the birthing of soul to a birthing of another soul thing out of the way with their fucking tier system of the Anu's.
So we're on the third tier down.
Yeah.
from the greater forces.
From the greater forces, we're on the closest thing that is to the Daedra, Aedra, and all those guys, and creating the mortal plane and all the mortals. So first off, it's just Anu and Padme's. The original creators. Their constant fighting and bickering. Simply put, created a great number of the planes for a certain. I'm going to throw another term out there. The Et-Ada.
No, I don't know that one.
Aedra and Daedra. That's the combined group is called Et-Ada.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Aedra
I know the difference from an Aedra to a Daedra. And I know
well, I don't care if you know.
fair. Sorry.
The Aedra are I would say good.
Well, so if I remember correctly,
Aedra are
correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Okay. They decided to make Mundus or whatever, and then what it is the Aedra put their power into it, and they kind of grew weak because of that. Oh, really?
Technically.
Oh, I thought that they put their power in it, and Daedra was like willingly. They're like, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
like we're selfish bastards. We're not gonna do it.
But yeah, it's weird that this creation myth, like, it throws a shit ton of terms at you.
Okay,
and that's like you have to go through like 17 other wiki pages just to figure out
all the different details.
What they actually.
Hey, you know what? That's how you know it's a good lore
fine.
system.
It's fine. But when I'm trying to write this down, it's like, just give me a suffix thing of like what the hell this means.
All right, so we're at the et
for right now.
What were they?
Just Adra and Daedra. That's what.
Okay.
Et'Ada. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Lorcan, though, he was considered. Apparently, this is where he is considered something the god of all mortals.
Really?
But he wasn't super excited about some of these planes existing in this universe.
Okay.
So he made some sneak meetings with all the other Et'Ada, the Adras and the Daedras.
Okay.
Technically, we'll say like good and bad deities.
Yeah.
Evil, good, whatever.
Met with all of them.
Yeah, to create their own plane of existence, which would be the mortal plane of Arubis. Not Arubis, Mundus.
Mundus, okay.
Mundus. Which in this universe is Mundus. Yep. So Lorcan, being the little sneak spirit boy, convinced that all of his Adra and Daedra peeps, including his his counterpart Oriel.
Okay.
The soul of Anuiel and Anu. The tier system.
The weird tier system.
The dumbass tier system that it's so that's like a dumb creation thing to me. It's like, why have the tiers go that far?
On the one hand, I kind of get it, but on the other hand, it's like, all right, so the only thing that the greater power did was make a slightly lesser power, who made a slightly lesser power, who then actually
they created the base template to make a universe. Then they birthed a soul out that could make another birth of soul to then make a plane.
It's weird. All right, so Lorcan was a sneaky.
He convinced his opposite.
Make a plane.
Yep, to aid in the plan of making. What was that? Mundus?
Yep.
And the Et'Ada are more commonly referred to Adra and Daedra.
Okay.
They don't have any meaning outside of the mortals. Mortals are the ones that called them Adra and Daedra.
Right.
The Adra, unfortunately, were technically tricked by Lorcan to put their souls into creating Mundus.
Okay.
It tricked, convinced.
Right.
It's
And the Daedra, were the Daedra just like, nah, screw you, I'm not going to do that? Or were did they just not get tricked by... Okay, yeah. Gotcha. They were a little bit wiser.
It was easier to convince the Adra to put their souls into...
Well, yeah, because the Adra are supposed to be all things good and
we want to
nice,
create.
And, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And the Daedra are like, Sheagor.
Yeah.
Tell him to do something, he'll do the exact opposite.
The Adra were tricked to form the mortal plane with their own existence, and unfortunately realized this a wee bit too late. So...
They kind of lost their powers doing that.
Because originally thinking that Anu and Padme, and then they aren't beings or whatever, so they're an infinite sort. Like, they're infinite. They're everywhere.
Oh, okay. So they're like a general force then, not necessarily like...
They're a general force.
Individuals.
And then they created things to create things that actually have spirit souls.
Gotcha.
Their own very existence of it.
All right, gotcha. I think I'm tracking on this.
Yeah. Just because that's like... Those two are infinite, but the Adra aren't.
So they went from like amorphous forces of the universe, order and chaos. Then they created like souls, so avatars that could control these forces of order and chaos.
And then those souls created
the
technical gods.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Semi-demigod.
The greater gods, who then created the
lesser gods.
Whatever. Gotcha. Okay, tracking.
It is theorized that Lorcan was fully aware that the Adra would lose their entire existence by creating Mundus, but he didn't give a shit.
Right.
Who gives
well,
a shit?
I mean, like he's from the chaos.
He's
side,
from the chaos side.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, hey, this will be funny. I'm gonna pull a little sneaky.
Yeah, I'm a little sneaky boy.
This is what we call a pro gamer move. Kill all the Adra.
200 IQ right there. During the process of all this and his backstabbing ways of doing this, some of the Adra were not too happy about this.
Right. Understandably.
I think more specifically Akatosh, the dragon god.
Yeah, he's the
chief god.
Boy.
He's the chief god of all the Adra.
Yeah.
Or at least the 9 divines.
Yeah.
8 divines. Technically.
No.
Come on.
Come on.
Technically 8 divines.
Listen, Talos ascended.
I know. But technically at this time, it's 8 divines.
At this time, I got... All right, yeah, that's fair.
Mortals weren't created yet, so Talos was not able to be.
Nope. Yeah, I gotcha.
But at this time, so
does that mean that like Talos just like absorbed the power of Adra from the plane to
most
ascend?
likely. I mean, eventually, if I get to the part,
that's actually pretty.
Not what I
baller if that
have, but if
happens.
we could do like
get to
depending
that.
how big his lore is.
Yeah.
Could do absolutely
Talos specifically might be interesting.
Talos,
Use
Molag Bal, Shield Gorath are good. Like, I mean, you could go through all the Daedra depending or Daedra Aedra depending.
I actually watched a recent video on Vermina. That's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
There you go. So Akatosh wasn't too happy about Lorkhan being a bitch.
Gotcha.
So after a certain amount of time, I'm gonna skip ahead for that. Akatosh, they made a tower called the Adamantine Tower after they made the Mortal Plane and Tamriel.
Okay.
All that.
Yeah.
They made basically a court building, kind of, where Akatosh just put down punishment on Lorkhan.
Held trial.
Judge,
jury, and executioner.
Yep. Akatosh was the one to be like, well, I think with all the other Aedra and the Divines, they're like, yo, you shithead. So they forcefully removed his heart, Lorkhan's heart, and cast it down to Tamriel. Which...
The heart of Lorkhan.
Which...
Okay.
Created... This is just going to skip ahead a little bit. To create the Red Mountain Volcano.
Oh.
Which, in turn, that was created around it over time, was Vardenfell.
Okay.
Which is where Morrowind takes place.
I think so, yes.
It would form Vardenfell, the red dormant volcano, and stay dormant for thousands of years, which then in turn is like, I don't know if it's a focal point of Morrowind game.
Yes, a little bit. It's
it's kind of odd.
They definitely bring it up in the Dragonborn DLC a lot because like the volcano erupts and covers the whole province in ash.
But the gist of it is like after this tribunal or whatever, Lorkhan's heart was taken and permanently bound to Mundus.
Nirn specifically,
to make that the Red Mountain volcano, which then in turn would create around it Vardenfell.
Interesting.
Other than that, many of the gods, which are the combined of Aedra, Daedra, the Atata. We can just the Atata. Yep, Atata. Hakuna Matata or whatever the fuck. Hakuna Matata, yeah. They left the mortal plane. They're sick of this shit. The ones that actually survived were able to leave.
Right. The ones that were able to did.
Yeah. They stayed for a little bit and then they left.
So was this really like a gentrification project gone wrong?
Of
the universe?
Like one of them, though, that stood out was a god, I believe, called Magnus.
That sounds familiar.
I think he was...
Oh, from the Eye of Magnus and the Staff of Magnus and stuff. Yeah.
He was the architect of Lorkhan's plan, who fled Mundus. So he fled the realm where Nirn and all that are, and returned to the Aetherius, which is another plane. Yeah. The immortal plane, where all the magic and fun stuff is.
Ooh, all the magic's over there.
And that's where that immortal plane is where the 9 divines originated from. Akatosh, Arkay,
I would assume the Daedra as well.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Magnus leaving wasn't great. Because him leaving allowed a hole to rip open between planes, which let magic seep out into Mundus.
Oh, so there wasn't supposed to be magic originally. Interesting.
That allowed magic. It allowed a magic to flood right into Mundus.
I mean, Magnus seems to be a big magic guy, so that makes sense.
Yep. Magnus.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you said.
Yeah,
Magnus.
I said Magnus.
All right. But during this period, not all of the gods left. Some, like I said, some did stay, which is actually how the 8 divines came to be.
Okay.
They bound themselves to the new plane or new planes around. The 8 divines bound themselves to Mundus. So, like I said, Akatosh, Arkay, something.
Julianus,
Strendar.
Mara.
Dibella.
Yeah. I know it was like there's a D1 as well.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, we missed some.
She is the D.
Technically, Talos will eventually get there, but at this time he's not, because mortals haven't been created yet.
Wait, still?
This is, it gets to that.
Okay, gotcha.
They bound themselves to Mundus, but eventually they returned to their own planes. They became gods of many of the mortal inhabitants of the Nirn, and were seen as the planets in the sky. That's why you see a lot of in the games, that's what the constellations have to deal with, and all those fucking stones.
Yeah, the stones.
It's like, oh, this one looks like Arkay, or this one looks like Strendar, or something like that.
Okay.
Really? Oh, okay. Eventually, though, there apparently was a group of the deities that were like, you know what, being a god is no fun anymore. Which, why?
I mean,
they
you
want to
get
try
bored,
something else out.
Why
Yeah.
not?
So they fully surrendered their powers and were not exiled, but they put themselves on Nirn to live as mortals.
And so they became the first mortals.
They became an ancient ancestor, Einofei, Ehinofey, Einofei, Enofei.
Good for me.
Basically,
Enofei, I think I've heard
Enofei,
that.
basically the ancestor of the current elven people in the world of Elder Scrolls.
So they're the first Mer.
They're the first Mer, the
Okay.
Altmer. They'll be considered the Altmer, but like the
Eventually.
ancestor of the Altmers.
Well, because I know that there is a lot of Mer.
Fucking god, there
Like,
is.
holy crap.
Oh my god. But they
Not even just the ones in game. There's like
It's
50
way too
others.
much, yeah. But this race of gods, they turn mortal to eventually, procreate with
Get
each
their
other.
rocks off.
Get their rocks off. In an actual physical sense, which then eventually diverged into the fucking tree of life shit of like
Gotcha.
so many of these mortal races, and this says it began the mythic era, but I think it's Merthic era, MERTH,
Okay.
because the Mers.
Yeah, it's the Mer mythic era.
There are so many stupid names
Yeah.
each thing has, because it's each culture has a different name for
Right.
everything.
Well, also you do have the different. You have the Bossmer, you have the Altmer, you have the Orsmer.
Yeah.
So like.
But it's like, because Khajiit call it a different way, Argonians call it a different way, Imperials, Nords call it different, the Altmer themselves call it
Yeah.
It's because they have their own quote-unquote records and whatever bullshit they like to spew out of their mouths.
Right.
Thinking, hoping people will believe in it. But a lot of them, the remaining divines, Akatosh and all them, they had the business to take care of Lorcan. So that's when they created the Adamantine Tower, which I did, I skipped ahead to just to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Of like, hey man,
they mentioned that and
we're gonna take out your heart, permanently bind it to Mundus, and that's how Vardenfell was created. 2 of the moons in that orbit Nirn, are supposedly 2 parts of Lorcan's sundered corpse.
All right.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Okay,
Supposedly. Because there's no actual proof.
Right.
That's what they apparently consider them. I forget the names. One's like Mesa or Masa.
I would not know
And then
that
something
one.
else.
I know. That
I don't think they
multiple-
really fucking matter.
I know there's multiple moons. That's all I know about it.
Yeah. An answer, yeah. So they made that tower, which is supposedly, on record, the oldest building in Tamriel, if not of all of Nirn. Because Tamriel is like a continent in Nirn.
Right.
Yeah, but Tamriel is like where most of the shit happens, because that's where like High Rock, Skyrim, Cyrodiil, all that. What's on your phone?
No, sorry, I need to... Go ahead.
Son of a bitch.
Just ignore me. I'm looking something up. Cough, cough.
I'm actually fact-checking you, you idiot. But yeah, so with that, the creation of the Mythic era, where the Mer started to come to light, Lorcan, he was permanently bound to Mundus. Over time, it formed the volcano, which became the Isle of Vardenfell. The remaining gods of the remaining Aedra and Daedra, they left Nirn to allow time to actually stabilize and flow in a linear line.
Okay.
Because it was just so much chaos and bullshit, and
Yeah,
there was no
so
time.
Still pretty raw.
Yeah, there was no time at all. So it was
Okay.
like, oh, whatever we create. But then
So Akatosh, the god of time, said, "Let's get this shit going."
let's get it going, which then marked the start of the recorded, actual on paper recorded history of elves. The elven.
See, I actually want to
that.
see a mythos where like the way that time flows is strictly because a god said, "All right, start recording this shit," and that's exactly
It's
why it keeps going.
It's like what's
Is that what the Elder Scrolls are?
Maybe. But yeah, after that, it's the recorded elven history and the beginning of the Merithic era. Merethic. So mythic era,
Mythic
Merithic,
Mer, yeah.
Merithic era,
Because elves are arrogant bastards and have to put their name on everything.
Yep. Which is subsequently also like referred to the era as ME 2500.
Right.
Is the start of
Gotcha.
recorded history, which I did have.
So when did like the humans and like the Khajiit and stuff come in?
It should have been actually the Khajiit not Bosmer. I did like have the Beast Tribe. I don't.
Yeah, there is a Beast Elf, isn't there?
I think it didn't save.
I vaguely remember that.
I had it on the computer, but I don't believe it saved.
Tell me what you remember about it. It's not a huge deal. I was just curious, like, when did they just kind of show up? Because, like, if I remember correctly, the Nords basically just came out of nowhere from somewhere up north. They arrived in Tamriel and just started fucking shit up.
That's the thing, is like sometimes with lore, it's like, why are these people here? But it doesn't actually ever tell you.
There has to be something as to why
their origin.
The humans started. There has to be something.
That's what I would like to know too.
Yeah. We'll keep going. What else you got?
But
or was that pretty much it for now?
No, we're good. We got this. Oh, was that you?
Yeah. Sorry. Ordering dinner.
Aboriginal Betmer. Yep. So the Beast people. So during the early parts of the, I'm just gonna call it Mythic era. I'm not doing Merithic.
Yeah.
Elves are dumb.
Yep. Elves are. I'm an Ord all the way. Well, actually, I prefer Breton, but.
But the ancestors of the races we know today. So the Betmer, or the Beast peoples. The Khajiits, Argonians, Slodes, which are the Toad Boys.
Okay.
We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to worry about the like 8 races that we play.
Right. Those are the main ones.
Yep. Khajiit, Argonians, and the Orsimer,
which are the
orcs.
Yep.
Were the ones like first created, except the elves too.
Yeah. Well, I thought the Orsimer are elves. That was actually the whole thing with because I actually didn't know about that because I didn't know the Mer name for them.
Yeah.
Whenever I did the Hermaeus Mora quest to get the Ogma Infinium, you have to go and you have to get a blood sample from each of the Mer, and then it's like, oh, one of those is an orc. Wait, what? And then I had to like look through it, and it's like, oh yeah, they're called Orsimer, so
yep.
they are
they
elves.
are of elven.
They're basically just really beefy elves.
Yeah, well, that's how it is with like the Bosmer and Dunmer.
Dunmer, that's what they were called. I was trying to think of that name a little earlier.
Yeah, Dark Elves, Dunmer. Yep. Yeah, a lot of Mers for this stuff, but
so the Mythic era.
No.
Oh, no.
But no, that was basically that's how the creation of all this stuff started. So eventually that's
other stuff happened.
That's how Mundus came, Nirn, Tamriel was these two souls, these two ideas. Forces then created souls, which then created souls.
Which actually did stuff.
To create the Aedra Daedra on their own different planes, which then they made the plane of Erebus to make the realm of Mundus to make Nirn, which then is how a lot of the games take place in Tamriel on the planet Nirn.
Right. So so you're on the planet Nirn. Oblivion is just the void of space. All right, I thought it was like an astral realm kind of thing, or like, all right, so if you go to, well, no, hang on. What's Molag Bal's plane in Oblivion? I thought his plane was Oblivion.
Molag Bal's?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Or wait, who was the villain? Yeah, Molag Bal was the villain in Oblivion, right?
It's been so long since I played. It's not like
that's fair. But I thought that you went to the plane of Oblivion, but I guess because they mentioned Oblivion for like different areas.
They mentioned it. I
know Molag Bal is Cold Harbor. I know that.
That's probably what it is.
But like you also go to Oblivion, which is like, all right, that's kind of weird.
Daedric Prince. Ooh, that's a weird name. I'm not saying that.
Let me see.
Nah, it's the King of R.
The King of R. So we got Ball.
It's the not good word.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
not saying that on a podcast.
Yeah, that's kind of... Yep, his realm of Cold Harbor. You are right. That's his realm.
Who's the other, like, big, nasty Daedra? Because I know Molag Bal is the Lord of Change, and, Mehrunes Dagon. Dagon was the other one.
Yeah, Dagon, that's right.
So I thought... So it's... no, yeah, because so it's Dagon's, realm was Oblivion, I thought. So
Oblivion... The Void of Oblivion, or the Planes of Oblivion, or the Outer Realms, is a collective term used to describe one subset of the planes of existence inhabited by the Daedra. Oblivion is the portion of the Erebus mostly created by the Daedric princes.
Okay.
Those who did not wish to take part in the creation of Mundus, the Daedra, and used synonymously with the planes of these they created their own individual planes of oblivion out of themselves.
So what's what's Dagon's actual plane? Does it have?
How do you spell that? Dagon?
Yeah, Dagan.
Dagon. Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
this is good. Dead air. No, there's no dead air here. Mehrunes Dagon. That's his name. That is so fucking weird. Like, why Mehrunes?
Because he likes his runes.
Areas of influence. The Deadlands.
Okay, yep, I remember hearing about that. All right, so Oblivion is just like
17 Daedric princes.
Yeah,
Why?
There's a lot of them. We'll remember there's major ones and then there's minor ones of that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Sheogorath is technically 2. There's Sheogorath,
Sure
and then because if you do the Shivering Isles DLC, you find out there's Sheogorath, which is the one that we all know and love, the Madman, and then like once every 1,000 years. The thing is, I can't remember what he was called, but he was actually the Daedric god of order.
Yep.
And like conquest and stuff. And he was such a badass that the other Daedra imprisoned him in the shell of a madman. Yeah.
That's why you get in the
Sheogorath.
games you deal with him as a person,
Yeah.
But yeah, his plane of oblivion. So oblivion is space.
It's like the astral plane kind of thing, and then within there you have the worlds.
That's why Eternius is the immortal plane.
Gotcha.
Because Magnus opened a rift to go there and create that. But yes, the Deadlands is where Dagon's realm is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's some pretty cool stuff.
I mean, for right now, yeah, that's just the beginning of...
Good place to...
I just wanted to get the creation of that stuff out, because I'm...
The universe.
Lore-wise, you can go forever with a lot of this stuff. But
oh, God, yeah.
Now...
If it's an old enough lore thing, like, it goes deeper and deeper. Like, if we ever cover Lord of the Rings, we will not actually cover Lord of the Rings.
I think I wanted to do that.
It is... The Silmarillion has some really good stuff, because, like, say what you will, Tolkien... absolute master of world building.
Yeah.
He goes on and on and on, but like
right.
He has some good stuff in there.
But yeah, at least with like ESO, I could say ESO because Elder Scrolls, that lore there, 99% of the population of people know it from Oblivion, Skyrim, or ESO itself.
Mostly from Skyrim and
I
actually say Morrowind.
I think Morrowind.
Yeah, Morrowind was the first big one because you had it was Redguard. No, it was Battlespire, then Redguard, then Morrowind, Oblivion, and then Skyrim.
The games?
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly the games.
I'm pretty sure Redguard came second. I could be wrong and Battlespire was second, but like I do know it's Redguard and Battlespire is the first couple.
There are...
Oh, no, wait. Redguard was supposed to be the next one. So, wait, no.
Arena. Daggerfall. Morrowind. Oblivion, Skyrim.
Wait, I thought Daggerfall was... I thought that was Battlespire.
No, there's no Battlespire.
Oh.
There are spin-off games.
Maybe it's one of those. Or maybe I might be thinking of like a place in Daggerfall.
The mainline games were Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and then number 6, which is never going to happen.
Actually, I thought they announced that.
They have a teaser image.
Yeah.
And then the spin-off games, which were Battlespire, 97.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, then Online, then Elder Scrolls Legends, which is like their version of Hearthstone, and then Elder Scrolls Blades, which is the mobile game.
Yeah.
It's not
amazing.
I tried to go back to it and I just can't get back into that. But yeah. Because Arena came out in 94, then Battlespire in 97. Oh,
I have to try Online again because like it's been a hot minute.
Daggerfall in 96, Battlespire in 97, Redguard 98, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and then Online.
God, I was so excited when Online came out.
Online, Legends, Blades.
It actually wasn't that bad, but it's really good that they've expanded since then.
Well, yeah, because Online is everything. Yeah. It's all of Tamriel. Not just what people think of.
Skyrim.
Cyrodiil.
Yeah.
Skyrim. Like, because they've expanded to all that. I mean, they put Morrowind back in technically.
Yeah, I think
at least, I mean, Somerset Isles.
I know they did 2 separate things for Skyrim because they did like East Skyrim and then West Skyrim for like 2 different expansions.
They did Elsewhere.
Yeah,
because they're going for everything. But
wait, did they do Elsewhere?
Yes, Mike. That's we
Oh
played
yeah,
that.
yeah, I remember that.
We played that.
I forgot about that.
We fought dragons, hoping we would get good gear, and then we didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a good staff or something.
But yeah, so that's, at least for now, that is the creation of how Nirn and Tamriel came to be.
Good place to stop then. And
so that's it for this episode.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
I think it went a little bit longer than we would have liked. But
if it's a little bit,
who cares?
over and over. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so same old stuff. Depending on how this works out, 5-star review only. If you have any complaints, and the email noobguidingnoob @gmail.
Probably looking for bi-weekly releases. Keep an eye out for those. Probably go back to Mass Effect for the next one.
Cut that. But yeah, the email should be. But yeah, we'll put almost everything in the show notes if eventually we can figure that out.
Yeah.
But alrighty, thanks for joining, and we'll see you never.
Bye.